Hey guys! So I just released my free Boardwalk desktop preset last week and the response has been amazing. So I just released the mobile version today and I'm so excited to see you guys test it out. But I thought I would pop on here in celebration to show you guys exactly how I edit my photos with this new preset that I created. I've been using it a lot on my photos recently and I really love it. So let's get into it. First thing to note is that I shoot all of my photos in RAW on my camera, which means that I have all of the information available to me about that one image versus shooting in JPEG, which is what your phone will shoot in, which is a compressed version of the photo. It's a lot smaller in size, so it just doesn't allow you to do everything on the photo, which is why you'll see the difference between the desktop version and the mobile version. You will have to make a few more tweaks, I find, in JPEG. But let's get started here on the desktop version. I'm super excited. So we're going to start with this photo right here, which is actually the background to the preset that I released. And we're going to go up here and click on the Boardwalk preset. So already it looks pretty good with one click. Now I'm going to go through the adjustments that I make to this photo. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the blacks a little bit. I find it a little bit too dark. That's it. We're going to bring up the temperature just a smidge. And then what I want to do is go down here to the colors. I find my skin too orange, so we're going to pull it a little bit more to the yellows and bring up the luminance just a bit and the saturation down. That looks better. Then I want to play with the reds. I find my lip color a little bit dark, and I find this kayak that I flipped upside down too dark, so we're going to pull up the saturation there and also the luminance a bit. That looks pretty good. And then over in the yellows, we might just push this a little bit more to the green side just for those palms. Actually too much. I like it a little bit more on the yellow side. There we go. And a little bit more saturation. Now, you can play with your sky the way you like. For me, I like to keep it a little bit more on the blue side. So just over here, that's too much. But we're going to pull up the luminance. And that's pretty good, maybe a bit more. And then I'm going to go over to the turquoise and I'm going to bump up that saturation because that's what's going to pump out the water. All right. I mean, that's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. Last thing that I do is I always crop my image. So you're going to notice for Instagram, you have to crop, and the Instagram standard is 4:5, 8:10. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and crop in. And I just like to pull it here so I get a little bit of that kayak. I also like to use the rule of thirds. So see this line right here? I like to stay in the bottom 2/3 of the image and leave the top third for sky or background. All right, now last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the adjustment brush here and see how I have clarity and sharpness already selected. I'm just going to paint my body. And the reason why I do this is it just helps you pop a little bit more in the image. So I want myself to stand out, so I do that. And that looks pretty good. And we'll do them side by side. Here we go, so before and after. And that's just with a few minor tweaks using that new Boardwalk preset. So note that presets are not just one click. You will have to make minor tweaks to them because everything is shot in different exposure than what I shot in, different lighting, different background. So you will have to tweak it because it is based off of a location in LA actually. Let's see what it looks like on Paris. All right, so this is the before picture. We're gonna go ahead and select that Boardwalk preset. Okay, so first thing, I find it a little bit too bright, so I'm gonna bring down the shadows a little bit. That looks pretty good. A little bit more blacks I want to add to this image. Cool. Then let's pull up the temperature just a bit. And I actually want to bring up the tint because I love when the buildings have a little bit more of a pinky tone to it. I think that's too much. Probably about there. All right. Now I want, I think my jeans look a little bit too turquoise. And this is being like a little bit picky, but I'm going to pull it a little bit more to the blues. And this is just what I like from my photos. You guys can play with the preset and make it your own exactly the way you like. And I'm just going to bring up the lumens a little bit in the reds. Cool. That looks pretty good. I'm super happy with that. I want to add a little bit of grain to this photo. So I'm going to scroll down here to the grain. And I usually add about 20. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. Again, we're going to paint myself right here. And I'm painting the luggage also because it was a post featuring the luggage. So I do want them to be prominent in this picture. Okay, and last step, just time to crop. So grab this 4x5 and pull it down. I'm also just going to straighten it a bit. Cool. Let's see, before and after. Looks good. Okay, let's try this one right here. All right, so we're going to grab that Boardwalk preset. Okay, this is a little bit too saturated for my liking, so first thing first, I want to fix that sky. We're going to pull up the luminance on it, and we're also going to desaturate it. And then we're going to put a little bit more to the blues. Cool. We're going to grab the red, we're going to saturate that a bit more and bring up the luminance on that. All right, my skin is looking a little red, so we are going to pull this back to the yellows. Probably maybe there. And we're also going to bring down the luminance because I like to look tanned. Don't we all? And we'll pull down the saturation a little bit. All right, now what else? I'm going to add a little bit more black to this image just so the colors in the chair really come out. Yeah, there. And I think we'll add a little bit of contrast, a little bit more than what there is. Cool, I'm liking the way that looks. Now, one thing that I always do is I'm a big stickler for horizons. So we're gonna go into the crop tool right here and grab this ruler. And I'm just gonna draw from this side over to this side. It's gonna straighten the image. And then from there we can crop. And I'll probably crop it something like that. Make this a little bit bigger. And just to max it out as much as I can. Here we go. Let's see what the before and after looks like. All right, I am probably going to pull the tint back a little bit because I find myself still too pink. Like that. And I'm just going to go with the orange again and just bring it down a little bit more and bring up that luminance slightly. There we go. That's looking good. Okay, last thing is to just paint it. So again, I want to pop. I'm so obsessed with this hat. I literally didn't take it off in Mexico. It's the best. So I wore it in so many different photos. All right, that is looking pretty good to me. Let's just see if the turquoise affects the sky or, oh, yeah, I didn't even notice. So right down here is a pool. So I had lost all the information of the pool because it was too bright. So we're gonna pull that down and leave it more like that. And there you go, guys. That is how I edit with the new Boardwalk preset. This one over here, we can try this one and just click on this. And that looks pretty good. That's like a one-shot click, which never happens. We're gonna crop it. Again, I want to fix that horizon. There we go. I think the only thing I want to do this photo is maybe add a little bit more black. And I want to fix the turquoise. I want to make it a little bit more on the blue side because I don't want the pool to look like a swampy color. So I'm going to bring down the luminance but bring up the saturation a little bit more. And then I'm just going to bring up the sky a little bit and bring it a little bit more to the blue color. That's looking pretty good. I don't want to play too much with my skin because some of it has sun on it and some of it doesn't, but I think that's all I would do with the image. I really like the way that looks. So again, we're just going to paint. We already cropped it. And there you go, guys. That is how you edit with the new Boardwalk preset on desktop. So here we go, before and after. We'll just go through them all. I really like the way this one turned out. And this is my favorite. So that's it, guys. I really hope that you liked this very quick tutorial showing you guys how easy it is to work with the preset. Just note that all presets are not one click. You will have to make minor tweaks. I'm very olive skin, so a lot of times I get feedback that the preset looks very orange on people's skin. So make sure you come down here and you definitely fix the oranges for your skin. So you're gonna have to pull the hue a little bit more to the yellow side, and then you'll have to just lower the saturation. Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Make sure that you leave a comment down below. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Love you guys lots. Bye.